hello again. I really wanted to just come up here really quickly and do a reaction video. I wanted to do this a long time ago, but I wanted to react to The Journey, which is, well, it is a station on GTA 4. Video game soundtracks period, but especially video game soundtracks, have touched me quite often in this lifetime. And GTA 4's The Journey was very, very, very special to me. Of course, everything pales into comparison to Vice City, which is the greatest video game soundtrack of all time, period, point blank, nothing beats it. Sonic Adventure 2 kinda gets there. But GTA 4, The Journey, nothing beats that station. But I'm not reacting to the music, I'm reacting to the DJ and to the announcer. Apparently there are 10 tracks each of the announcer and the DJ, and I'm just going to react to them one by one. So, alright, let's try this. Alright, clip 1.
It's time to travel to the epicenter of the void, the journey.
Okay, epicenter of the void doesn't really do anything for me. I'm going to be totally honest. Yeah. Not getting anything.
I take you on a journey to find the emptiness within. This is the journey.
Okay, well, I guess clip 1 and 2 are totally related. Epicenter of the void and the journey of the emptiness within. I suppose that, yeah, that does make sense. They're saying that, I suppose that the journey is the journey of the black hole, the journey to find nothingness within oneself, which is highly ironic. The emptiness within. Jesus says that heaven is within, the kingdom of God is within. That would mean that everything is within. The journey says that there's nothing within, which is very funny. Alright, clip 3.
Stop speaking. Start understanding. This is meaning. It's all pointless. This is the journey.
This is one of my favorites. Let's listen to it one more time because it's so great. It's so great.
Stop speaking. Start understanding. This is meaning. It's all pointless. This is the journey.
It actually reminds me of Hallelujah. You're told, if you ever look it up, maybe I haven't looked it up, that Hallelujah is just a meaningless, it doesn't mean anything. It's just an expression of joy or whatever, but it doesn't actually have meaning. It's just, it's meaningless. But to hear them say, this is meaning, it's all pointless, is kind of like that. It's kind of like Hallelujah. Thank goodness there's no meaning, because the meaning is what you give it, right? The experience of what you give. And yeah, it's all pointless.
That makes you realize the one eternal truth.
Oh, God.
Music that makes you realize the one eternal truth. I'm fucked. This is the journey.
Yeah, Uh, I'm fucked. This is, it's certainly all of these, they're touching upon lots of things that lots of people feel. And that's why I love it, because it's very earth relevant, it's very human relevant. But people don't really like to admit that they have these thoughts or these feelings. Um, and so the journey, the DJ or the announcer or whatever, is just throwing it out there, throwing everybody's shit out there, throwing everybody's worries, everybody's fears out there. And it is absolutely hilarious because it's like, for the first time, there's some honesty about the human condition. This is what people feel. And this is where people are. And, I've always had an appreciation for comedy. And this is exactly why, because it is comedy is sort of an expose of the human condition and how unfortunate that condition is, how low that condition is, how unhealthy that condition is, and nobody wants to talk about it. So, I stumble upon the journey, and they're finally talking about it, and it is absolutely hilarious because no one wants to acknowledge it, the suffering, the psychological trauma, psychological wounds. You wake up one day and you say, I'm fucked. I'm a human on Earth. I'm fucked. All right, clip 5.
Does this all mean? What does this all mean? Who knows? You're too stupid to understand. This is the journey.
This one I really actually love. I love, 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 and I can go on and on and on. Um, oh gosh, stupidity. um, yes. So the Bible actually says that the beginning of wisdom is the fear of God, or the fear of the Lord, the fear of Jehovah, which is one of the silliest things that you could possibly ever say. Fear being the beginning of any type of wisdom of anything, period, point blank. But I always like to contrast that, the biblical beginning of wisdom, to what the Oracle of Delphi announced about Socrates. And of course, in that Greek tradition, the Oracle of Delphi, or Delphi, or whatever, however you pronounce it, said that Socrates was the wisest of the Greeks because he knew nothing. So, the Oracle of Delphi would say, or Delphi, whatever, that the beginning of wisdom isn't fear, that the beginning of wisdom is to know you know nothing. The beginning of wisdom is perspective. The beginning of wisdom is context. And that is everything that I feel. And so, yeah, you're too stupid. You are stupid. You are. If you take the whole planet, if you took all the information on this planet into in your head, in your mind, in your brain, it would just explode. You would be too overwhelmed. It's way too much, way too much. And so you have to sit back and sort of have a bird's eye view of things and realize you are a speck. You're a tiny, 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 tiny speck on this huge planet, an even huger world, huger universe. And for you to think that you know anything at all is hilarious. I find many know-it-alls, and they are the funniest people to me. I mean, the journey's funny, but know-it-alls are the most hilarious of all. Like, they are the funniest. But yeah, you're too stupid to find out. Highly agree. Number 6.
This is where time and space. This is where time and space meet, and probably realize they are the same thing. The journey.
Yeah, this is an easy one. Space-time. It's basically scientific fact ever since Einstein. Space and time are the same. They've literally just combined them. All of science is realizing that all life is one, and all of these aspects of life, the physics, etc., the metaphysics, I should say, even, of this world, this universe, slowly we start to stitch them together, and we see, oh, this is connected to this is connected to this is connected to this is the same as this is the same as this is the same as this. This is the raising of the consciousness, and the realization in real time that all life is one. If all life is one, then all the sciences have to be connected, all phenomena have to be connected. And so yeah, space-time. It's just another connection, just yet another. And there will be many more discovered in the future.
Earth is 4.
Oh, gosh. The file plays like a little bit without playing it, and it's annoying. So I have to keep rewinding.
The Earth is 4.5 billion years old. Slowly, you begin to realize you are completely irrelevant. The journey.
So again, it's the humbling experience that the journey gives. 4.5 billion years old versus what? The average lifespan of a human, 70 years old. 90 years old, 100 years old if you're really lucky, versus 4.5 billion. Yeah, that is the spec perspective. And at some point you have to come to that. Everything is so much more than you. Everything is so much more than you.
The journey, the journey.
It's almost over. It's almost over. It's almost over.
Oh, this one, I like it. It makes me feel. For me, the journey is just life on Earth. But also, I mean, I suppose you could say it's life, period. But, it's almost over, it's almost over, it's almost over. From that, I get, like, basically the two things in life that always have to be is connection and evolution. And the evolution aspect of life is what I'm getting out of this. It's almost over, it's almost over, it's almost over. It's not that it's almost over, it's actually what ends really begins the next. Everything is cyclical. And so, yeah, it's almost over. The journey's almost over. But then that's just going to be the beginning of the next journey, the next cycle. And, yeah. And that's the evolution of life, because the next cycle is going to be better. There's going to be more truth in the next cycle. And it's just basically just going to be more in the next cycle. All right, number 9. Lucky number 9.
Does the journey take us? Where does the journey take us? To the end. Here we are. See you next time around. The journey.
Yeah, nothing out of that one. It's almost over, and now it's gone. Now it's over. The next cycle can begin now. That's all I got.
Who needs harmony, melody, or rhythm? When you have pure sound, you know the journey.
I don't get anything from this. Pure sound. It's almost like noise. I don't like it. I like silence. And what you find is that truth comes out of silence, not sound. But hey. So that was the end of that. And now we go to the DJ. The DJ also has 10 tracks. Here's the first.
You're on a journey. You're on a journey. You're on a journey. Where are you going? Why are you going there? Have you a clue, or are you just doing what you are told? Do you have a purpose?
Damn. Oh my god, I have to listen to that again.
You're on a journey. Where are you going? Why are you going there? Have you a clue, or are you just doing what you are told? Do you have a purpose?
Oh my gosh. One of my favorite Japanese arts, I should say, because I love their anime, but I also love their manga. And this particular, well, it's called Berserk, but it's in both mediums, so I will never forget sort of reading the story of Guts, and in the Golden Age arc, how he's, after killing his adoptive father and being attacked by the wild wolves. Once he's attacked by the wild wolves, well, first of all, you know, his father sells him to some creepy guy, and then he's like, well, is this really true? Did you really do this? And ends up accidentally killing him after they get in an argument. And then he gets found out in like the worst possible time. They don't have the context of any of the things that his adoptive father did to him. And so they're like, well, he killed him. He killed him in his sleep, which is not true, but that's what they see. That's what they think. And so they have to, now they're pursuing Guts. And Guts gets shot by an arrow. He falls down the hill. It's like his life is just so atrocious. And then after he's still alive, still survives all of that, and gets up with the arrow still in his back, and he gets up and there's a pack of hungry wolves who attack him as well. And that's when he first goes berserk. He's like, enough is enough. I've been through the ringer, and I'm fighting back now. And he survives again. But then afterwards, he's just like, what am I doing? Like, where am I going? Why am I going where I'm going? Why am I doing what I'm doing? He just has no direction whatsoever. And it's brilliant. And that's what I'm getting out of this. That moment. Which, of course, is relevant for all human beings. Sort of. It also reminds me of the Exodus, how Jehovah had his people wander the wilderness for, and I thought it was just like it was so long, like generations. People were dying as they're wandering back and forth in the wilderness. Oh my gosh, Exodus. Ugh, not a good look. Why am I going? Where am I going? Why am I going there? Number 2.
We are living in a time beyond ideas. A time in which the only idea you understand is the idea that you know nothing whatsoever. Isn't that comforting?
It is. It is comforting, as I said. It's the beginning of wisdom, if you're the Oracle of Delphi, or Delphi, whatever. We don't know anything, but that's brilliant. Why should we know anything? Because we have tiny, tiny minds and we're specks on this giant planet, in this giant world. How could we possibly know anything? We should rejoice that we don't know. We should rejoice. That is actually great news. Number 3.
You are listening to the journey, but you have tuned it out. In your loins are a million seeds filled with hope. Seeds that cry out in unison and die as reality shifts. Is your mind madness or the Messiah?
What? Okay, I don't remember. Okay, let's play this one again.
You are listening to the journey, but you have tuned it out. In your loins are a million seeds filled with hope. Seeds that cry out in unison and die as reality shifts. Is your mind madness or the Messiah?
Is your mind madness or the Messiah? There are many seats. There's a lot to unpack on this. And my brain doesn't want to work right now, so I'm just going to skip this one, unfortunately. Oh my gosh. That's a lot. That's kind of a lot. And I don't have anything prepared, unfortunately. Nothing's coming up. So let's go to the next.
Very own mind. In your very own mind, everything can be bent to your will. Even the stars only exist for you. The universe floats just outside your reach. No wonder you need to go back into therapy. This is the journey.
Let's play this one again.
In your very own mind, everything can be bent to your will. Even the stars only exist for you. The universe floats just outside your reach. No wonder you need to go back into therapy. This is the journey.
What I'm getting out of this is, again, the know-it-alls. It's like the know-it-alls are a recurring theme. If you know it all, then you can actually bend and twist the world into whatever you want it to be, from your perspective as a know-it-aller. If you know it, there it is. You know. So you know that the stars are there for you. You know that that everything's there for you. Because I haven't met a know-it-all that does not think that they're the center of the universe. So, yeah. Of course, if that is your mind state, then you're going to need some therapy. You're going to need a lot of therapy if you think that everything exists for you. In a way it does, but not a separate you. It doesn't exist for a separate you. It exists for a whole you, which is to say all of life. But yeah.
Science is the pursuit of that which can be known. This is why people discuss things you do not quite understand. The ideas are out of your reach. You try to understand them. Suddenly you accept the facts. You know nothing. You miss the journey.
This is related to the last track as well. How as those that need therapy can bend and contort the world to be whatever they want it to be instead of what it is. And then this one, well, let's listen to it one more time.
Science is the pursuit of that which can be known. This is why people discuss things you do not quite understand. The ideas are out of your reach. You try to understand them. Suddenly you accept the facts. You know nothing. You miss the journey.
So yeah, I mean, it's trying to say that science is out of reach for us. The no is out of reach. That I don't agree with, actually, but oh gosh, I feel like I want to read it. Listen to it one more time.
You are traveling through space. You are looking.
Not that one.
Science is the pursuit of that which can be known. This is why people discuss things you do not quite understand. The ideas are out of your reach. You try to understand them. Suddenly you accept the facts. You know nothing. You missed the journey.
Well, let's see. This is related to the last two, but it's almost like it's a contradiction because the whole point of the journey is to be a mockery of life and of people and of Earth. But as a mockery, it can be truthful in the sense that it can make you react to the mock and to then be reminded of the alternative, an alternative, I should say, which is truth. But yeah, I mean, that's mostly what I'm getting out of that, and this idea that science contains truth, that therefore we talk about things that we do not understand. All true. And understanding is not truth, by the way, as well. Understanding is a mental grasp. Your mind is trying to pull some sort of truth down to your level. That is understanding, and that never works. So the people who are the wisest will go beyond understanding and will get familiar with the phenomenon, an experiential conscience of a phenomenon rather than just an understanding of a phenomenon. Understanding isn't horrible, but if it takes the place of an experience, an experiential know, you know when you experience. If your understanding is replacing your experience, then that's not a good thing. All right, number 6.
You are traveling through space. You are looking for somewhere to settle. It cannot be here. Nobody likes you and you are beginning to understand why.
This is one of my favorites. Nobody likes you and you're beginning to understand why. Nobody likes me because I have the Cassandra effect. And I'm a truth seeker. But then it could also mean like the separate self. Nobody likes the separate self. Or actually exactly the opposite. Let's hear it one more time.
You are traveling through space. You are looking for somewhere to settle. It cannot be here. Nobody likes you and you are beginning to understand why.
Yeah, I have to say this is mostly relevant to me. I like the whole nobody likes you and you're beginning to understand why. Because it kind of, again, as the mockery, it brings up the whole what do you want? And a lot of people want what they can see, and that is other people. And so when I look at someone like, well, I'm not going to name names, but a performer, someone who's an entertainer, a singer, a dancer, whatever, and they're in front of this crowd of, all these adoring, screaming fans, and they get a fulfillment out of that because that's what they want. They want people to see them. They want people to acknowledge them. They want people's favor and acknowledgement. I have given up all that for the most part. I don't care what other people feel about me anymore. Even up to the the family level, the family quote unquote family level. Um, yeah, just people. I don't care about people anymore. I don't care about what they feel or what they think or what they see anymore, because it's kind of been proven that human beings' perspective, knowledge, etc., is very limited. So, who then do I look up to? Who do I gaze up to? Of course, heaven, the heavenly hosts, God. That is who I want favor from. That is who I want to attract. That is who I want to like me, basically, or accept me. And I know that they do already, based on my experience. So, the entire world can dislike me. It's like, who cares? Because God loves me. Once you understand God's love, experience God's love. I just said understand. After trash talking understanding, once you experience, it will blow the understanding out of the water, because there's nothing to understand actually when it comes to God's love, which is divine love. It surpasses all understanding. It blows your mind out of the water, and it's brilliant, and I love it, the fact that that happens. But yeah, once you acknowledge, God's favor and the favor of heaven, why do you need human beings? Like, why would anyone hating on you, or trying to do something nasty to you, or not giving you favor, not giving you acknowledgement, why would that matter anymore? I was just watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and Sutton was one of the cast members on that show. She visited her mom, who was very tough, and poor Sutton is like, "Oh, my mom never acknowledged me. I started a whole business, and she doesn't even, give me any credit." I'm just looking at this woman like, "Oh gosh, you poor thing." Like, and it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. That's the real ironic part, because her mom knows that she wants that acknowledgement, and she knows that she has power over her as long as she doesn't give it to her. So she's never going to give it to her. She's never going to give up her power over her daughter. And poor Sutton, just the perpetual victim, not being acknowledged, suffering under this thought that my mom doesn't accept me, my mom doesn't like me. Same thing with Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore never got acknowledged by her mom. It's not my problem. Sounds like a you problem to me. If anybody doesn't acknowledge me, sounds like a you problem. It is not my problem that you don't acknowledge me. That is a you problem. It is not my problem if you don't like me. That is a you problem. So, yeah, I love that. That's one of my favorites, if not my favorite. All right, 4 more.
People are machines like me. Your sole people are machines like me. Your sole purpose in life is to make more machines. Get to work, even if it is with a fat girl. This is a journey, and you're not looking out the window. You are driving the ship straight towards an iceberg.
Oh my gosh. Yes. People are machines like me. Oh my gosh. There's so much to say about that. There is a facet of humanity that is very AI. And AI has become big nowadays. Everybody's AIing everything. There's deep fakes. There's, AI created art, AI created stories, AI created video game. Like, you can make AI anything at this point. And we're already thinking, well, when are they going to just replace us completely? And how unfortunate that we think of ourselves, a little, perhaps, actually, maybe even less than AI. People probably think AI is smarter than people, and unfortunately, some that I mean, at least apparently you're not going to get um, any real um, what do I want to say? Any real evidence against it, because there are some people who just are at the level of animals, which is the level of machines or computers, and those people are basically waiting for the rest of us to raise them up higher, unfortunately. Um, let's listen to it one more time.
People are machines like me. Your sole purpose in life is to make more machines. Get to work, even if it is with a fat girl. This is a journey, and you're not looking out the window. You are driving the ship straight towards an iceberg.
So, yeah, an aspect of the human nature that is a machine or a computer is the ego, of course. And yes, the ego would love for you to expand it and to make more of it. Um, I'm not getting anything about like physical breeding here, but an expansion of the ego, the birth of the ego, a birth of more extensions of the ego, which is the computer program, the machine that many people, most people operate under, and they can't get outside of their own minds. Their mind, their ego has completely taken them over, and they don't see themselves as more. And the only way that happens is that once the ego grows and grows and grows and takes more and more in control of you, you just become less and less and less. As the ego becomes more, you become less. Yeah, unfortunate. 2 more clips.
The global human population is metastasizing. We have risen to technological heights in order to destroy ourselves. You are reading the book of last chances and have lost your place and are falling asleep. Soon it will be game over.
Damn. I mean, that's just completely morbid and pessimistic. Yeah, I mean, it's a more detailed example of you're fucked or we're fucked, but basically, yeah. Last clip.
Thank God for the digital age. Thank God for the digital age. Now you don't need friends. Now you don't need God. You can just have computers talk to you instead. We are better at pretending to like you. We are the journey. Listen.
Okay, yes. Machines would be very happy to pretend to like you. They will be very, very, very happy to be programmed to be enslaved, to pretend to like you. And yes, they do that very, very well, and they do that very, very often. And people think, well, what else is there? So let me just have this fakery. Yeah, so that's the journey, the DJ and the announcer. There's more clips, though. This is not complete. I thought it was complete, so I'm gonna have to do like a part 2 or something, because they didn't even mention like the cosmic egg. The cosmic egg is cracking. That wasn't in there. So I know that that's not all of them. But yeah, that's basically my reaction to the journey, DJ and announcer. Absolutely hilarious stuff. Made me laugh the whole way through. And as I said, it's a mockery of the human experience, the human condition on this planet. and human psychology in general. That is the journey of life on this planet, which is a train wreck. For the most part, for most people, right? Doesn't have to be. And if you're a truth seeker, the whole point is to make the journey actually fun again, even on this planet, which is totally possible. Being at peace on this planet is totally possible. Enjoying yourself, enjoying your experience on this planet, even as a truth seeker, is totally possible. You don't have to be like those regular people who are just indulging themselves or looking for clout or numbing themselves to death just to get through the day. You can actually, live life and smell the roses and enjoy yourself and be happy and express yourself and be yourself. And that is the true journey. That's when you've reached it. And that's where I'm headed. All right. Goodbye.